To act as if nothing can hurt you is not to deny pain. No, it is to stand tall in spite of it. It is to meet hardship with a heart that refuses to break, eyes that refuse to close, and a soul that refuses to surrender. This is not just survival. This is a declaration of victory. There is a force within each of us more powerful than any hardship, any disappointment, any blow life can deliver. It is the force of choice. When you understand this, when you truly grasp the immense power that lies in deciding how you respond to the world, you begin to live differently. You stop being a mere passenger, tossed about by circumstances and emotions, and become the captain of your soul. Every day, from the moment you open your eyes, you are faced with countless moments where choice stands before you like a fork in the road. The moment a harsh word is spoken, you choose whether to absorb its sting or to let it roll off like water on a leaf. The moment your plans unravel, you choose whether to collapse under the weight or to rise, rearrange, and rebuild. The moment fear knocks loudly at your door, you choose whether to hide in the shadows or to answer with brave steps forward. To act as if nothing can hurt you is not to pretend pain does not exist. It is the declaration that pain will not dictate your life. You make the choice to wear courage as your garment and to carry hope as your shield. You make the choice to say, "This will not be the end of me. This will be the moment that strengthens my spirit rather than shatters it." Choice is a quiet power. It does not announce itself with grand gestures, but it is in every moment, in every breath. It is the whisper that says, "I will not be defeated." And in this choice, you find freedom. Freedom from the chains of bitterness, anger, and despair that so often trap the soul. Look closely, and you will see how often life hands you the same bitter cup of pain, loss, or disappointment. But in every sip you take, there is the choice of how to swallow it. Some choose to let it poison their spirit, to wear it like a shroud that covers every joy. Others choose to drink it down and let it strengthen their resolve. This is the power that no one can take from you, the power to choose your own way through the storm. This power is available to everyone, but few seize it. Why? Because it demands something difficult. It demands that you rise above the natural reaction to pain, to fear, to hurt. It asks you to be brave when your knees tremble. It asks you to be strong when your heart aches. But oh, what a reward lies in that bravery. It is the reward of a spirit unbroken, a soul undefeated. Remember, choice is not a momentary decision, but a daily practice. It is waking up every morning and deciding to face the world with dignity, even when your heart is heavy. It is meeting harsh words with silence that refuses to let bitterness grow. It is loving when you feel wounded, giving when you feel empty, hoping when the night seems endless. When you make this choice, you begin to rewrite your story. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstance, but as a warrior of life. And the most beautiful thing about warriors is not that they never fall, but that when they fall, they rise again with fierceness and grace. You hold the pen to your own story, and with every choice, you write a line of strength, courage, and resilience. You write a story that teaches others how to stand tall, how to rise, how to face the fiercest winds without losing your balance. There is a quiet dignity in those who choose to act as if nothing can hurt them, not because they are unfeeling or unafraid, but because they refuse to be ruled by pain. This dignity shines like a beacon, lighting the way for others lost in their darkness. When you choose strength, you give others permission to find theirs. In this way, your power of choice becomes a gift, not only to yourself, but to the world around you. When you act as if nothing can hurt you, you show others that pain is not the end of the story. You show them that hope can live even in the deepest wounds. You show them that every fall is an invitation to rise again. It is not an easy path. It requires daily commitment, fierce self-love, and unwavering faith. But in choosing to walk it, you find a strength you never imagined you had. You find a peace that no hardship can steal. You find the power to live fully, to love deeply, and to shine brilliantly, even in the face of pain. So whenever life threatens to break you, remember this: the power to choose is yours. Choose courage, choose hope, choose to act as if nothing can hurt you, not because pain does not exist, but because you are greater than it. And in this choice, you will find freedom, the freedom to live your life on your own terms, with your spirit unshaken and your heart unbroken. There is a truth often whispered softly in the quiet moments of the night, a truth that those who have walked through fire know well. Your scars, those marks etched deep upon your skin and soul, are not blemishes to hide or shame. They are the sacred records of survival, the proof that you have fought battles, borne burdens, and lived through storms that might have swallowed others whole. To embrace your scars is to embrace your story, your strength, your very existence. We live in a world that often tells us to conceal our wounds, to mask pain with smiles, to cover brokenness with perfection, to hide suffering behind walls of false bravado. But what if the real power lies not in hiding, but in revealing? What if the courage to show your scars, to wear them like a crown of resilience, is what truly sets you free? Scars are not signs of weakness. They are the map of your journey through valleys of darkness and peaks of challenge. Each one speaks of a moment when you might have given up but chose instead to keep moving forward. They tell the story of your endurance, your grit, and your refusal to be defined by what tried to break you. Imagine the oak tree standing tall in the forest. Its bark is rough, marked by years of storms and winds that have tried to topple it. But those very scars make it stronger, more rooted, more majestic. Like that tree, your scars are not imperfections. They are proof of your strength, your ability to bend without breaking, to stand firm when everything around you shakes. To embrace your scars is to stop running from the past and to welcome it as a part of who you are. It is to look in the mirror and see not just the lines or marks, but the soul that has carried you through every hardship. It is to honor your journey, knowing that without those wounds, you would not be the fierce, beautiful person you are today. There is a profound healing that comes when you stop hiding and start embracing. When you tell your story openly and without shame, you reclaim your power. You take back the narrative that pain and struggle have tried to write for you. Instead of being a victim, you become a victor, a shining example of courage and hope. Your scars carry wisdom too. They teach you lessons that no book or sermon ever could. They remind you of what you survived, what you learned, and what you will never allow to happen again. They give you compassion for others who suffer and strength to stand alongside them in their own battles. To embrace your scars is to be brave enough to be vulnerable. It means allowing yourself to be seen, flaws and all. It is in that vulnerability that real connection happens, the kind that heals and uplifts. When you show your true self, you invite others to do the same, creating a community of healing and strength. Many people fear their scars because they believe those marks make them less lovable, less worthy, but the truth is the opposite. Your scars make you more human, more relatable, more inspiring. They show that you have lived, that you have loved deeply, that you have felt pain, and yet continued to grow. There is no shame in having scars, only honor. Honor for the battles you fought, for the nights you cried, for the times you felt lost but kept searching. Each scar is a testament to your resilience and your heart's capacity to heal and rise again. Sometimes the hardest part of embracing your scars is forgiving yourself, forgiving the times you stumbled, the choices that led to pain, the moments when you doubted your worth. But forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to true acceptance. When you forgive yourself, you allow the scars to transform from wounds into wisdom. Remember, scars are not just physical, they are emotional, spiritual, mental. They may be invisible to the eye, but they leave marks on the soul. And those invisible scars are often the hardest to accept, yet the most important to embrace. They hold stories of heartbreak, loss, betrayal, and healing that shape the depth of your compassion and courage. The act of embracing your scars is a radical act of self-love. It is saying, I am enough just as I am. It is rejecting the false narrative that you must be perfect or unblemished to be worthy of love and respect. It is choosing to celebrate your whole self, the light and the shadow, the joy and the pain. When you embrace your scars, you also open the door to transformation. You become a beacon of hope for others who struggle with their own wounds. Your courage to stand tall, scarred but unbroken, lights the way for those still finding their path through darkness. You become a living testament to the power of healing and renewal. So hold your scars gently, honor them deeply. Let them remind you of your incredible journey, your battles won, and your strength unyielding. Wear them not as burdens, but as badges of honor, proof that you have lived, loved, and risen again. In embracing your scars, you choose not to be defined by your pain, but to be shaped by it. You choose to rise above hurt and hardship with grace. You choose to walk forward with a heart wide open and a spirit unbreakable. Your scars are beautiful, your story is powerful, and your strength is limitless. There is a power in your voice that the world needs, a power that is waiting to be unleashed every time you dare to speak your truth. Too often, we hold back the words that lie deep inside us, fearful of judgment, rejection, or misunderstanding. But to live fully, to stand tall in your own light, you must find the courage to speak your truth loud and clear. This is not just about words, it is about claiming your identity, your power, and your freedom. Speaking your truth means standing in the fullness of who you are, unapologetically and without fear. It means saying what you believe, even when your voice shakes or your heart races. It means refusing to be silenced by the voices of doubt inside your mind or the criticism from those who do not understand. When you speak your truth, you are lighting a fire that can never be extinguished, because your truth is a flame that burns from within. The world often tries to teach us that silence is safer, that keeping our pain, our hopes, and our dreams hidden will protect us from hurt. But silence is a prison, and the truth is the key. When you hold back your truth, you imprison your spirit. You deny yourself the healing that comes from being seen, heard, and understood. And you deny others the gift of your authentic self. There is a profound freedom that comes from speaking your truth. It is the freedom to live without masks, to shed the weight of pretending, and to step fully into your own power. It is the freedom to align your outer life with your inner soul, creating a harmony that cannot be broken. When your words flow from the place of honesty within you, they carry a power that touches hearts, shifts minds, and changes worlds. But speaking your truth is not always easy. It requires bravery, the kind of bravery that grows in the soil of vulnerability. To speak your truth, you must be willing to face rejection, misunderstanding, or even anger. You must be ready to stand alone when others turn away. Yet, even in the face of these challenges, the act of speaking your truth is a victory. It is a declaration that you will not be invisible, that your voice matters, that your story is worthy of being told. When you speak your truth loud and clear, you also inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon of hope for those who are still hiding, still afraid to share their own stories. Your honesty creates a ripple effect, breaking down walls of silence and shame and building bridges of connection and understanding. In this way, your truth becomes not only a personal liberation, but a communal healing. There is healing in telling your story, in naming your pain and your joy with words that come straight from the heart. When you speak your truth, you bring light to the shadows that have held you captive. You break the cycle of silence that can keep wounds fresh and isolation deep. And you invite others to meet you with empathy and love, creating space for healing to begin. Your truth is unique, shaped by your experiences, your values, and your dreams. No one else can speak it for you, and no one else can tell your story with the same power and authenticity. When you silence your truth, the world loses a piece of its light, a thread in its rich tapestry. But when you speak boldly, you add your color, your texture, your voice to the beautiful, ever-evolving story of humanity. Sometimes speaking your truth means saying difficult things, standing up against injustice, exposing lies, or confronting painful realities. It means choosing integrity over comfort, honesty over approval. And while this path can be lonely, it is also the path to true freedom, because living in truth frees you from the chains of deceit, fear, and pretense. You do not have to speak your truth in a roar. Sometimes a whisper can carry the same power. What matters is that your voice is honest, that it comes from a place of sincerity and courage. Whether your truth is shouted from the rooftops or shared quietly in a safe space, it holds the power to transform your life and the lives of those who listen. There will be times when speaking your truth brings discomfort, when others reject you, when doors close, when relationships shift. But these are not signs that you should stop. They are reminders that truth has the power to shake the foundations of old ways and create space for new growth. In choosing truth, you choose growth, healing, and a life lived authentically. The act of speaking your truth is also an act of self-love. It means honoring your feelings, your thoughts, your desires. It means valuing yourself enough to claim your voice and to refuse to be diminished or silenced. When you speak your truth, you tell yourself and the world that you matter, that your existence, your experiences, your voice are important. There is a deep, unshakable joy that comes when you live openly and honestly. It is the joy of authenticity, the peace that follows when you no longer have to hide who you are. When your words align with your heart, you walk through the world with a new lightness, a new confidence. You become a living testament to the power of truth. So let your voice rise. Speak your truth loud and clear, not just for yourself, but for those who cannot yet find their words. Let your truth be a song of freedom, a declaration of courage, and a beacon of hope. When you do this, you step into your true power and inspire others to do the same. Your truth is a gift. Do not keep it locked inside. Share it boldly, share it proudly, and watch how it transforms your world. In the vast landscape of life, storms will come. Winds of doubt will howl. Rains of disappointment will fall, and the earth beneath your feet may sometimes tremble. But in the heart of every soul lies the power to build an inner fortress, a place of refuge, strength, and unwavering peace. This fortress is not made of stone or steel, but of resilience, self-worth, and deep self-love. When you build this fortress, you create a sacred space within yourself that no external force can easily shake or destroy. To build your inner fortress begins with the simple yet profound understanding that your value does not depend on the world's approval. The whispers of criticism, the heavy weight of judgment, and the sting of rejection may all come knocking, but they do not have to enter. Within your fortress, you are safe, you are whole, and you are enough. This is not arrogance, but a quiet, steadfast confidence rooted in knowing your true worth. Many spend their lives searching for security outside themselves, in possessions, titles, or the approval of others. But these things are like fragile walls built on shifting sand. They can crumble at any moment, leaving you vulnerable and exposed. The fortress that lasts is built from the inside out. It is fortified by the truths you hold about yourself, the values you live by, and the grace you extend to your own humanity. Building your inner fortress means cultivating boundaries that protect your spirit. It means saying no when something threatens to diminish your light or sap your strength. It means surrounding yourself with those who lift you higher, who respect your space, and who honor your journey. This fortress is a sanctuary where your soul can rest and rejuvenate, far from the noise and chaos of the outside world. Inside this fortress, self-compassion is the foundation. Too often, we are harsher with ourselves than anyone else could be. We replay our mistakes, magnify our flaws, and whisper words of doubt. But when you build your fortress, you choose a different path. You become your own fiercest protector and your kindest friend. You speak to yourself with love, patience, and encouragement. You forgive yourself for the times you stumbled, knowing that perfection is not the goal. Growth is. The walls of your fortress are also built by resilience, the ability to bend without breaking. Life will test you, and you will face moments that threaten to tear you down. But within the sanctuary of your inner fortress, you find the strength to rise again. Every challenge becomes a brick laid in your wall of fortitude. Every hardship, a lesson that makes your foundation deeper and stronger. Your fortress is not a place of isolation, but of empowerment. It is where you gather the courage to face the world, knowing that no matter what happens outside, you are safe inside. It is the quiet strength that lets you stand tall in the face of criticism, the calm in the storm of chaos, and the peace amid the noise of fear. When your inner fortress is strong, you walk through life with a steady heart and a clear mind. Building this fortress also means nurturing your spirit through daily rituals of care and reflection. It means creating moments of silence and stillness where you reconnect with your deepest self. It means filling your mind with thoughts that uplift, your heart with gratitude, and your soul with purpose. Just as a gardener tends to the soil to help flowers bloom, you tend to your inner world so your spirit can thrive. Sometimes building your fortress means confronting the shadows within, the fears, doubts, and wounds that linger in hidden corners of your soul. This is the hardest work, but it is also the most necessary. To have a fortress that truly protects, you must shine light into these dark places, heal the old hurts, and reclaim the parts of yourself that have been lost or forgotten. This healing is a powerful act of courage and self-respect. Within your fortress, you also cultivate hope. No matter how fierce the storm, hope is the beacon that guides you through the night. It reminds you that after every winter, spring will come. It assures you that no hurt lasts forever and that your spirit is endlessly capable of renewal. Hope is the flag that flies high atop your fortress walls, signaling your determination to keep moving forward. Your inner fortress is a testament to your commitment to yourself. It is a promise that no matter what happens, you will stand strong. You are the guardian of your peace, the keeper of your dreams, and the architect of your destiny. When you build this fortress, you step into your power and reclaim your sovereignty over your own life. This fortress you build is a sacred gift to yourself and to those who love you, because when you are strong inside, you show others how to be strong too. You become a lighthouse in the dark, a source of calm in the chaos, and a beacon of resilience and grace. Your fortress inspires others to build their own, creating a world filled with souls who stand unshaken in the face of adversity. So, begin today. Lay the first stone with kindness, lay the next with courage. Protect your spirit fiercely and nurture it tenderly. Build your inner fortress not as a wall to keep the world out, but as a sanctuary to keep your soul whole. In this fortress, find your peace, your strength, and your freedom. Here, nothing can break you because you are fortified by the deepest love you can ever know, the love you give yourself. Life will test you. It will place you in the crucible of hardship, and hardship will come like fire, blazing, consuming, fierce. It will scorch your skin, sear your soul, and threaten to leave you broken and bare. But within you lies the power to walk through that fire with grace, not to be consumed by it, but to rise from it transformed, stronger, and more radiant than before. Walking with grace through the fire is an act of courage, a declaration that no matter how intense the heat, you will not lose your dignity. It is the ability to carry yourself with calm and strength when everything around you screams chaos. It is to move through pain and struggle with a quiet confidence that says, I am still here, I am still whole. Grace is not about perfection or the absence of pain. It is about how you carry your pain. It is the difference between letting fire destroy you and letting it refine you. Like gold that is purified in the furnace, walking with grace means allowing your trials to cleanse and purify your spirit. It means emerging not damaged, but distilled to your most brilliant essence. When the fire comes, it can be tempting to run, to hide, to fight with desperation. But walking with grace calls for something deeper: patience, acceptance, and a steady heart. It is the understanding that fire, for all its heat and fury, has a purpose. It burns away what no longer serves you, the fears, the doubts, the old wounds, and clears a path for new growth. Grace in the fire means holding on to hope when the flames threaten to consume it. It means believing that this trial is not your end, but a beginning. It means trusting in the unseen hand that guides you through the dark, even when you cannot feel its touch. In this trust, you find the strength to keep stepping forward, one foot in front of the other, even when the path is uncertain. To walk with grace through the fire is to carry yourself with love, love for yourself, love for life, and love for the journey. It is to forgive yourself for the moments you falter, to treat your spirit tenderly when it aches, and to honor the tears that fall like rain in a drought. Grace is the balm that soothes your wounds and the light that shows you the way when shadows gather. In this journey, you learn that grace is not a fragile thing, but a powerful force. It is strength disguised as gentleness, courage hidden in softness. It is the fierce acceptance of all parts of yourself, the wounded, the broken, the beautiful, and the whole. Grace does not deny the pain. It holds it with compassion and lets it teach you rather than defeat you. Walking through fire with grace also means embracing transformation. Fire changes everything it touches. It leaves no surface untouched, no stone unturned. When you walk with grace, you welcome this transformation. You let go of who you were and step into who you are becoming. You shed old skins and bloom anew with petals stronger and more vibrant than ever before. There will be moments when the heat feels unbearable, when you want to scream or crumble. In those moments, remember that grace is found in the smallest acts, breathing deeply, pausing to rest, speaking kindly to yourself. It is in the quiet moments of resilience when you choose to stand despite the pain. These moments build the foundation of your grace, brick by brick. Grace is also the power to forgive, not just others, but yourself. It is releasing the burdens of blame, guilt, and regret that weigh heavy on your soul. Forgiveness frees you from chains that bind you to the past. When you forgive, you create space for peace and healing. You allow yourself to move forward unencumbered, carrying only the lessons and the strength gained. In walking with grace, you become a beacon for others. Your strength in the fire inspires those still standing in the smoke. Your calm amidst the chaos offers hope to those lost in despair. You show the world that it is possible to face the fiercest trials without losing your light. And in this, you become not only a survivor, but a guide, a healer, a light bearer. This journey through fire is not easy, nor is it quick. It is a slow, sacred process of breaking down and building up. It is the dance between vulnerability and strength, between pain and beauty. But every step taken with grace brings you closer to the fullness of your spirit, to a life lived with authenticity and power. So when the fire comes, do not fear. Do not fight to extinguish the flames in desperation. Instead, walk through with grace. Let the fire do its work. Let it burn away the false, the heavy, the worn-out parts of your soul. And when you emerge on the other side, may you shine with the light of one who has been tested and tempered, refined and renewed. You are firewalkers, all of you. You are more than the trials you face. You are the grace that carries you through, the strength that rises from the ashes, the light that no darkness can extinguish. Walk with grace and let the fire reveal the brilliance of your soul. To live boldly is to step into the fullness of your existence with courage and purpose. It is the refusal to shrink yourself, to hide your light, or to settle for a life half-lived. Bold living demands that you push beyond your comfort zones, that you confront your fears head-on, and that you embrace uncertainty with an open heart. It is the brave choice to stand tall in your truth, even when the world around you whispers otherwise. Living boldly means saying yes to life's possibilities, even when the path is unclear or the risk is great. It means chasing your dreams with relentless passion, pursuing your purpose without apology. When you live boldly, you refuse to let the opinions of others dictate your journey. You claim your voice, your choices, and your freedom to be exactly who you are. But boldness is not just about outward action. It is also an inner declaration. It is the choice to believe in your own worth and to honor your unique gifts. It is the strength to say no to anything that dims your spirit, and the courage to say yes to what ignites your soul. Living boldly means showing up fully, unapologetically, and with fierce authenticity. To live boldly is also to embrace failure and setbacks as part of the journey. It means understanding that every fall is a lesson, every mistake a stepping stone to greater wisdom and resilience. When you live boldly, you do not fear failure. You welcome it as proof that you dared to try, to risk, and to grow. But bold living is incomplete without the companion of deep love. To love deeply is to open your heart fully and without reservation. It is to allow yourself to feel profoundly, to connect with others in a way that transcends superficiality. Deep love is not timid or cautious. It is expansive, generous, and all-encompassing. Loving deeply means being vulnerable, the willingness to show your true self with all your imperfections and scars. It means trusting enough to give your heart, even when it might be broken. To love deeply is to choose compassion over judgment, to extend grace to yourself and others in the moments when life is messy and hard. Deep love is a powerful force that transforms both the giver and the receiver. It softens hardened hearts, heals wounds, and builds bridges where there were once walls. When you love deeply, you create space for connection, understanding, and belonging. You become a light in the lives of others, offering warmth and hope. Living boldly and loving deeply together create a life that is rich, meaningful, and whole. Boldness fuels the courage to love without limits, while deep love provides the grounding and grace to live boldly without fear. When these two forces unite, you move through the world with passion and tenderness, strength and compassion. This way of living requires courage, not just to face the world, but to face yourself. It asks you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities, and to step beyond them. It challenges you to break free from the chains of societal expectations and self-imposed limitations. It invites you to rewrite your story, to claim your power, and to live with intention. To live boldly and love deeply is to say yes to the full spectrum of human experience, the joy and the pain, the triumphs and the failures, the laughter and the tears. It is to recognize that every moment is precious and that to hold back is to deny yourself the richness of life. When you live boldly, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon that lights the way for those still finding their strength. When you love deeply, you teach others the beauty of connection and the healing power of vulnerability. Together, your boldness and your love become a force that changes not only your life, but the world around you. Living boldly means embracing your uniqueness and sharing your gifts without hesitation. It means pursuing what sets your soul on fire and refusing to settle for less. It is about creating a life that is true to who you are, not what others expect you to be. Loving deeply means being present with those you care about, listening with your heart, and showing up with empathy and kindness. It means nurturing relationships with honesty and openness, and forgiving both yourself and others when mistakes happen. The journey of living boldly and loving deeply is not always easy. It requires resilience, patience, and faith. There will be times when fear threatens to silence your voice, when pain makes your heart heavy, and when the world feels harsh and unkind. But it is in these moments that your boldness and love will carry you through. Remember, boldness without love can become harsh and reckless, while love without boldness can become passive and afraid. But when you combine these two qualities, you create a powerful balance, one that allows you to live fully and love without limits. So step forward with courage. Speak your truth, follow your dreams, embrace the unknown, and above all, open your heart wide. Love fiercely and deeply without reservation. Let your life be a testament to the power of living boldly and loving deeply. In this way, you will not only find your own freedom and joy, but also inspire others to discover theirs. Your boldness and your love have the power to heal, to transform, and to create a world where authenticity and compassion reign. Live boldly, love deeply, and watch as your life becomes a masterpiece of courage, connection, and grace. So rise up. Let your spirit soar like a bird that knows no cage. Learn to act as if nothing can hurt you, not because pain does not exist, but because you are greater than any pain. When you live with this fearless grace, you will discover the magic of a life unshackled, a life where your dreams are not confined by doubt and your heart is never too broken to beat strong again.